holistic souls. Today, I want to quickly run you through what I find to be the most helpful and my absolute favorite way to work down from anxiety or panic or really any strong emotion that's kind of overtaking. I just find it to be my favorite when it comes to anxiety or panic or when I'm starting to get built up in that kind of emotional pattern. It is called the 5 senses, or you can call it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, because that's what you're going to be working through. Before I dive in how to use that, and some of you are probably like, yeah, I already use that. I've talked to my therapist. We use that one all the time. You probably have. It's a very well known. I just want to continue to spread education about it because it's so easy and I find it to work extremely well for me and for the people that I've talked with. If you haven't already, please subscribe so you can continue to get these fun little inserts to help benefit your day in a holistic way or energetically. But with that being said, let's get right to it. So the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method, or your 5 senses, is truly when you're feeling that emotion, that feeling rise up and it's starting to overtake, or even before then, you go through those steps. First, you find 5, okay, that's where the 5 comes in, 5 things you can see. So you look around your space wherever you're at, okay, and this can be something done without people knowing you're working through it, okay? That's what another great piece about this is, that nobody has to know that you're using this coping mechanism. If you're feeling kind of concerned or worried and that adds to your panic, that people are realizing you're doing some sort of coping strategy. Okay, so again, you find 5 things that you can see with your visual eye. Maybe you're outside, so you're finding 5 things like the grass, the trees. It doesn't have to be hard. You don't have to really reach for it. Just stop your brain and find those 5 things that you can see. Then you go to number 4 is 4 things that you can touch or feel. So again, whatever's in your space, it could be the shirt you're wearing, it can be my glasses, it can be your hair, it can be things physically on your body as well as around you, a notebook, your cup of coffee or whatever you're drinking, your cell phone, anything that you can physically touch. Then you go to the 3 things that you can hear. Okay, what are 3 things in your space you can hear right now? I can hear my son's sound machine. That's one of the things. I can also hear the wind from my fan is kind of moving and I can hear that. Maybe you even go as far to say, like, you can hear your heartbeat. Okay, if you can hear it, it counts, right? That is part of that sense. Number 2 is things you can smell. So we started with the 5 you can see, the 4 you can touch or feel, and now we're on to 3 things you can smell. So maybe that's the lotion on your body. Maybe you can smell your hair. Maybe it's not even a good smell. Maybe you're like, I've been working outside in the yard all day and I can smell my armpits. Go for it. Okay, it counts. If you can smell it, you've covered that piece. Then we move on to number 1 is 1 thing that you can taste. The last sense. Right? So what's 1 thing you can taste? Maybe it's gum. Maybe you're like, I can taste the donut I just ate. Or maybe it's not even something you can currently taste, but think of yourself tasting it. What would it taste like? Like, oh, I'm so excited to go inside and have a piece of watermelon, and you can feel that taste already happening in your mouth. Do it that way. Don't stress yourself out over if you can actually put it in your mouth at that exact moment. Do things just to cover the sense. And after you've gone through all those steps, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that has given you enough time for your mind to stop thinking about what was ever building up or causing that anxiety, that panic, whatever emotion it was, and think about something else to bring your body a space to come back down, to calm the nerves, and then to let your brain, if you have to go back to thinking about it, think about it in a more calm space. And if you start to realize that, okay, it's building up again, go through that process and then say, well, you know what? Actually, after I'm done with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I don't need to think about it after this because it's only building me up in a negative way. And just say, you know what? This is something I've got a table. I'm not going to think about it for another hour, or I'm not going to think about it till my partner comes home, or I'm not going to think about it till I can go talk to my dad, my mom, my best friend, my dog, whoever it is. Pause it and then work through it later when your body has time to just relax and not get built up into a panic that you don't need to have. So friends, if this is something that you have used in your life, I would love to hear in the comments how you use it, when you find it the most helpful, or other tips and tricks that you use for these things. It doesn't have to just be the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. Can't wait to hear from you, Solistic Souls. See you later.